Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style, and we talk about other things too. We talk a little bit about knitting, and we talk a little bit about diamond painting. So if those are interest to you, please stay with me and we'll talk about all three of those things today. Also, I want to welcome a new alpaca member to our channel. Her name is Sarah Daly. Sarah, thank you for signing up and for becoming a member. And since you're an alpaca member, you will get a free pattern of your choice at the beginning of every month. So Mr. On the Hook sends out that offer code to all of our members in the alpaca category. And thank you so much for joining up in On the Hook Crochet. We appreciate you so much. And welcome to all of my new subscribers. I have lots of new subscribers and I'm glad you're with me. I have lots and lots of videos that are on my channel, and you can find them. Just you go to my channel and you're already there, so you can look at those. There are 500 of those, more than that. They're way more than 500, but the last I counted it was 500, and there are lots of things to look at. There are lots of garments that you can look at, and also all of my patterns are on Etsy and also on my website, which is onthehookcrochet.com, so you can go there and take a look. And speaking of the website, I wanted to tell you about a couple of new patterns that are out. This one came out this week. This is the Big Stitch Granny Square Blanket, and I'm sitting right on it. As you can see, that's the Big Stitch Granny Square Blanket, and it's made with blanket yarn, so it goes really fast. It's a great gift to give someone if you want to, and the instructions are all in this pattern right here. You can go out to Etsy or my website and click it. It's a download, and you can print it if you want to or keep it on your device. I give a lot of good instruction in here on how to make that blanket. So be sure you take a look at that. And also the beanie cowl came out at the end of last week or the first of this week. I forget. The beanie cowl neck warmer, and it's out there on my website and Etsy as well. Brand new patterns, two brand new. And I'm wearing the new beanie cowl. And this is what I'm wearing today. So I'm just going to lean up close and let you look at it. This is the beanie cowl, and it is so comfortable. I made this with, last time when I actually wrote the pattern, my prototype was a green soft yarn from Hobby Lobby, and this is one that I found in my stash. This is a linen and cotton beautiful yarn, kind of a tonal yarn. As you can see, the green one that I had on for this, I'll show you a picture of it. It's right here, right there is easier to see. You can see the beans in there a little bit easier too, because it's a solid color. So if you want to show off the beans, make it from a solid color. But if you don't, if you're not worried about it, you can just make it out of a tonal like this. It's so beautiful. It's a hand-dyed yarn that I received from Knit Crate when they were producing their monthly boxes, and I found it and I thought, this would be perfect for a beanie cowl. And it's not real hot, but it does keep your neck warm. And there's my little tag that I use. The garment tags are a nice touch. If you make a lot of handmade garments, you should actually buy yourself some leather tags, and you can get these. These are they're personalized. You can go out to websites. They're all over Etsy. That's where I found these, and you just type in what you want, and they give you a choice of different logos that you can use, like a ball of yarn with a crochet hook in it. That's what I did here, and I just wrote On the Hook Crochet, and they printed them up and sent them out. They're really pretty, and you can get these in all different colors as well. So if you're making a lot of handmade items, you should really tag your items on the cowls here, and then on my sweaters I usually tag them along the bottom hemline, and not up here at the top, but only on the cowls and the shawls. But you will like it. It really makes your handmade items look so special. Really like that. So anyway, I welcome you all. Those are two new patterns in my shop. Appreciate that. And I'll tell you about a new item in my shop later on today, but for now, I wanted to make sure you knew that those patterns were out there, because I kept promising them to you, and it took me a while to get those out there. So there we go. Now, let's talk about questions that we had from last week. We had some questions on our video, and Mr. On the Hook goes out and gets those questions for me. Janet Wyndon asked what size hook that I use for the green top. And I showed a beautiful U-top last video, and it was made with an H hook, crocheted with a 5.0 millimeter hook. And that's for those that don't like the letters, they like the millimeters. So it was a 5 millimeter H hook with a very pretty yarn. And I'll show you the yarn because I have some left over. This is Hobby Lobby Soft and Sleek DK, and I'll talk about that in a second too because I have something to show you there. But that's what I made the top out of last week, the beautiful U-top, and she was asking about the hook size. Karen Smith asks about, wonder whether applying Mod Podge to a diamond painting dulls the shine. So I seal my diamond paintings with Mod Podge. It's the extra see-through, I don't know what you call it. It's no. It's a special Mod Podge that I buy that is a very clear Mod Podge. It's not the kind of the whitewash. It's not that one. I think after I seal my diamond paintings, and I have lots and lots of diamond paintings, I don't put glass on the front when I have them framed. And so I seal them with Mod Podge, and I paint it on with a paintbrush. It's on there really tight. And no, it doesn't bother the shine too much. It does take off, say if your shine was 100%, it takes off about 1% of that, I think. Just a tiny little bit, just the tiniest little bit. And, you know, maybe it doesn't, and maybe I'm just imagining that because I sealed it. But I do love the sealing because then you don't have to put glass on it. You can feel the diamonds on there, the drills they call them, and you can feel those on the front of your painting. And a lot of people will walk right over to one and touch it. So anyway, I don't use any kind of glass on mine, and it saves money too. You know, the glass costs quite a bit. And then Karen McConnell says that the Sophia scarf is one of the patterns I'm currently working on. Yes, and I think the scarf you're talking about is this one. This is a crocheted Sophie scarf that was real popular last year in knit, and I kind of devised a pattern to make it in the crochet version, and it looks really pretty on, very nice, and it's very customizable. You can make it any size you want. This is one made from Premier Coffee Shop, which I dearly love. I've made several things from this particular one. Let's see what color this is, if I have it. I don't have it on here. I'm sorry, I don't have the color. But this is what it looks like. It's really pretty, made in a scarf. Look at that. It's so gorgeous. From blues and then over here to kind of green color all the way to the end. I just thought that was so beautiful. I love Coffee Shop, and I had a little piece of it, so I used it for one of my Sophie scarves. And here's one with cotton. This is made with Eddie Bauer cotton. It was at Joann's, but no more. But it's long too. They're all about the same length. They're all about the same length. See, from there to there. Very long. But you can tie them around your neck twice. And they make a nice addition to an outfit. Here's the biggest one that I made. This was kind of like for winter, and it turned out to be quite large. But you can go to your stash and find a half of a skein or a quarter of a skein even, and see how far you get with it. But it doesn't take much yarn at all to make one of these, and I do need to write the pattern. I've had it on my desk to do, and I just haven't finished it. I finished the other two, but I didn't get that one done. I have several more patterns to go. So yes, I have that on my list of things to do. And then Crafty333 requested to see a picture of the ranunculus flower after Jeannie mentioned it. Well, I have two pictures of ranunculus flowers, and that is what this particular pattern was named for. This is the pattern. It's called the ranunculus circular yoke pullover knitted. And I tried to make one, and I wasn't really able to because I'm not knitting smart enough to do it. But everybody in the whole knitting world made one of these, or made 10 of them. Some people made 10 of those. I mean, you can't imagine how many they made with all different yarns, all different sizes, all different lengths of sleeves and lengths of the sweater itself. Apparently you use a very, very large needle and any yarn you want, and it turns out just great. I don't know how that works. That's what made me want to make one, but I'm not quite there yet with my knitting skills, so I won't be making one of those. But this is the pattern, and those were the flowers that it's named from, and I think that must be what you were asking about. It was Crafty 333. So thank you all for your questions. Thank you so very much. I'll try to do that in every video. If you want to send me a question, I'll be glad to answer it for you. Now, speaking of the ranunculus, because I put the ranunculus in timeout, completely timeout for a while, I guess I whined about it too much last video because I wasn't able to get it done. I just couldn't figure out the instructions and the tutorial. I just didn't have time, honestly, for it. And so a couple of viewers, subscribers, members maybe, I don't know, sent me some pattern links, and I went out and I looked at this one. This is Handmade by Florence. It's a free pattern, and it is the website, I'm sorry, the YouTube videos. I think it's just one video, actually. It's a tutorial, and the link to the tutorial is in the pattern, so you can go to Handmade by Florence and get the pattern printed off and use the link to link you up to her tutorial about this. There's a picture of the pattern. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. And her tutorial seems very easy to follow. I did watch some of it and it was pretty nice, but I wanted to show you that because several of my viewers said this was a good one to start with. So I printed off the pattern. I have it ready. And then another viewer from Teresa Anderson sent me this link. This is from Yarn Inspirations, and it's a real easy top-down knit tee is what they call it. I would probably make it a lot shorter than that, maybe about that short, but it's really cute. I thought I would give it a try. I think I probably will, because here are the directions. There's hardly any to it. It's pretty short, so I hope that means it's very, very easy. I think it probably is, so I'll probably try my hand at that. And then I also have a pattern from Fiberflux, and if y'all have been around for a while, you know who Fiberflux is. She has a new pattern out called the Finally Fall Shawl. It's Finally Fall Shawl. It's real cute, and she has a tutorial for that, and I went there and I thought, you know, I could probably do that. I think I could probably get away with that. It's real easy. You just knit and you increase on the sides and it goes up into a big V, and she made it from mandala yarn, one cake, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I went out to Lion Brand or Amazon. I forget which one had it. I think it was Amazon, but it was brought from Lion Brand. You know how they do. And it's going to be here pretty soon, but it's one cake of mandala. And the colorway is Groot, G-R-O-O-T. G-R-O-O-T. That's the name of it. Beautiful. The one that she used is the one I ordered. I just went ahead and ordered the one that she was using. And I plan to start that. I'm going to knit that this winter. I'm going to work on that, and you'll see my progress going forward as I do. But I plan to do that. And I'd like to do a sweater as well, either the Florence sweater or the Yarn Inspirations. Probably the Florence sweater first. Probably this one because it's for wintertime. It has long sleeves, and I should be able to manage that. I don't know why I couldn't manage that. If I should be able to manage that. So I'm going to work on that as soon as the yarn gets here. All right, you know that I work with diamond painting, and Jaded Gem Shop is sponsoring me on a painting. I want to show that to you in just a second. But first of all, someone recommended this diamond painting spray for sealer, and I bought some from Amazon. It's a tiny little bottle about this big. It's not very big at all. In fact, I've lost it. I think it's in the bathroom downstairs because I was washing it out trying to get the tip to spray correctly. It wasn't spraying correctly, and the first painting went great, and then the second painting it would just struggle to get the liquid out with the sprayer. So I kind of gave up on that, and I went ahead and used Mod Podge to work on my cardinal painting. And so I hung it on the wall, and here it is. I want to show this to you. I took a little movie of it, but I didn't talk. But I'm just going to tell you that I had it framed in a kind of a white washed frame, and I I used a red mat. I haven't used a mat in a while, so I ordered a mat for it, and they did a beautiful job. I hung it in my kitchen, so I wanted to show you that little video, and I hope you like that. But right now, I'm going to take you over to Meeting on the Turret Stairs, and that is by William Burton. I love this painting. It is so beautiful, and I'm making some progress on it. So I want to show you that right now. Now a quick look at my diamond painting that I'm doing. This is Meeting on the Turret Stairs, and I'm going to show you a picture of it right here. I'm just kind of zooming in on the picture itself. It's right there. And it's a romantic couple on the turret stairs, which is a turret. You know what that is. If you don't, it's the corner of a castle that is real tall, and the stairs inside are very circular. They go up and up and up, and these two are meeting on the stairs. And I'm just now working on the bottom of the painting. This is the young man's foot and his other foot up here. This is a column that is where the stairs are attached to. There's the bottom of the stair right there. That's it right there. And he's stepping on this stair. And then she has her dress on, and you can't see her feet really, but the rose is there, the one that's crushed, and that's the symbolic meaning. There's actually, looks like another one right there of lost love. So it's a beautiful romantic painting. I'm excited to get it finished. I'm about a fourth, I would say, you know, a little less than a fourth of the way through. I worked my way over here, across here this week, and I've started up here, and I've finished this square, and I'm working on this square. As you can see, this is where it ends right here. This is the edge of the new square that hasn't any diamond painting on it already yet, I should say. But this is what I'm working on right here. And I'm not too far on it. I'm about halfway through this square. I've gotten all this part done. Get down here where you can see it. Oh, there's a lot of that I haven't done. I've done some of this on the right, the white. I've done some of that. But I just started on this last night. I finished up this square last night, and I started on this one. So that's where I am so far. And I'm going to give you all a tip, those of you who diamond paint. And if you don't, you know, just hang in there with me. I won't be long, but I wanted to tell you how I'm doing this. And y'all have talked about this before, about taking the colors out that are in the square, just perusing it and saying, oh, I need an F and I need a parentheses, and those are the symbols I'll need. And so I've taken them out and put them here where I can find them easier than over here in the box. I have another box over here that I've basically emptied out, and those colors are all right in here. Now, and these are the ones I use most often, so those are over here so I can find them. And then if you'll notice, I have one of these. This is a, let me get to it here. This is a dryer sheet, and y'all are familiar with that. A dryer sheet that's used in your dryer. And sometimes when you get your drills, it doesn't matter what company they're from, it happens all the time. And if you notice, when you pour them into the container or look at them in the Ziploc, they're clinging to the side. Now these aren't doing that because I've had a dryer sheet, a little piece of a dryer sheet in there, and you just shake it up real good and leave it overnight. And usually they come out and they don't have static anymore. But every now and then you'll get some that are just clinging everywhere up here, and they're hard to work with. They jump all around, everything's crazy. So what I do is I put a little piece, if I see one while I'm working on my drills, I will see one that's acting like that. So I cut a little piece of this off. Here's one right here I've used. This was in one of my containers. And I just cut it off. It's that big. And I just jam it down in there and shake it up. And it takes all the static out of your drill. So if you're having trouble with that, that's a great thing to do. I actually bought some of these little round, hard things that you buy in the store. They're laundry softeners, but they didn't work. So dryer sheet's cheaper, and it works great. You just cut it to the size you need and place it into your container, whether it's a Ziploc or one of these Elizabeth Ward containers. You can do that, and it works out great. So a little tip from Jeannie the Diamond Painter. Now, you know that I love to get catalogs in the mail. Mary Maxim, for Hirschner's, and for Knitpicks, which I have just received in the mail. It's very, very nice catalog, Knitpicks. And it's called Knitpicks for a good reason, because it's only about knitting. Now, they have just now started to add some crochet things to it. Here's a whole display here of crochet favorites. These are acrylic yarns. Let me get over here. There we go. Acrylic yarns, and of course they show a granny square. And I really wish they would incorporate crochet more into their, they have amigurumi. They do have some of that in crochet. But mostly it's about knitting, and they're knitting needles and all about knitting and what size knitting needles you need for this particular yarn. But they don't mention crochet too very much. Every now and then they'll throw us a bone. But honestly, I wish they would spend a little bit more time on crochet garments or hats or something like that, but mostly it's knitted things, and that's because it started out as a knit catalog, and so they've incorporated a little bit of crochet into it. But of course on the front all you see are the knitting needles, so they're not really all into crochet. This is also knitted socks, and they have knitted hats in here, and knitted sweaters, beautiful knitted sweaters. You know, things you can do with knitting are wonderful. You know, the socks and stuff. I love the socks, but I don't know if I could ever finish a pair. I might make one and then I'd want to move on to something else. You know, not me. Some people make them 2 at a time, and I have seen those. I don't know how in the world they do that, but they make 2 socks at the same time on the same knitting needles. So I think that's pretty cool. But here's another example of a beautiful knitted sweater. I really love that, but, you know, I am not to that point yet. Knitting. I can knit and purl, cast on and bind off, but that's pretty much all I do. But anyway, I wanted to show you this. If you go to their website, knitpicks.com, I order a lot of yarn from them, honestly. But you can go there and sign up for the catalog, and they'll send it to you for free, just like they do Mary Maxim and Hirschner's and all the others. They'll do that for you. So just wanted to talk about that for a second. Now, I want to show you some whips that I have on the hook. I started this one. This is with a J hook, which is a 6.0, I believe, 6.0 millimeter hook. And there it is. This is called the Fifi blanket. It's by Juan the Yarn Addict. Very good one, like your tutorials. And I have about 3, 4, I'm on my 4th row, and I was interrupted yesterday, but I was going to start this. I'll be putting some more colors on here, different colors, and I'm real excited about that. The Fifi sweater stands for fast, easy, fun, and exciting. F-E-F-E. Very cute idea, and I'm making this with, I love this yarn in white. I've started with white, and I will be adding some colors to it from different Hirschners and different places. So that'll be my next blanket on the hook. I like to keep a blanket on the hook all the time. His tutorials are really good. I'll put the link to it down in the description box if you're interested. Another whip that I have going, if y'all remember this last year, I made this cowl and I knitted it, or you say I knit it, I knit it, I knit it. And this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's made with malabrigo yarn. It's not perfect. You'll see some mistakes in there. But, oh, and I'm showing the back of it. That has the seam, and I don't make them in the round yet. But anyway, this is the front of it. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that malabrigo yarn. I believe it's Chiracus is the name of the colorway. But it is if I'm not mistaken, it's a DK yarn. Very beautiful, and I received this from Knit Crate, and I just absolutely loved it. I ordered some more of it and made some crocheted scarves a few years ago for my girlfriends. I made 3 or 4 of them, and it was great. Then I made one for my niece and one for my sister-in-law, 2 sister-in-laws. So this is another way that I'm making some. I don't think I'll make these for Christmas. It'll be too hard. It'd take too long. But these are knit, and it's a garter stitch. So it's knit, 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 and more knit. And all you do is cast on a certain number. You knit a certain number, and then you knit more. You turn it over, knit, 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 and make a long piece, and then you just sew it together on the short ends. And then to finish it off around the edge, I used it looks like a revert. No, it's a bean stitch is what it looks like right there on the end, on the edge. It may just be like the one I put in the cozy coverlet. That's probably where I got this pattern from, but Anyway, I went along the edges and did that with a little bit bigger hook. I think it was one size up just to keep it from pulling. And it turned out so great. I wore this a lot last year. It's just a cowl, and you know, you put it on, it scrunches up like that. It's sort of like this, and I'll show it to you. I'm not proud. I'll just I'll just take it off. Here we go. And I noticed I hadn't even put a leather tag on this one because it was made before I had ordered the first ones. But I absolutely wore this a lot last year. It's so, look how stretchy it is. And I don't know, I guess that's a function of the garter stitch. That would be my guess. I don't know that. It might be a combination of the wool that I used. It's a super wash merino, I think. Just a super nice, beautiful. So warm too. Wool is so warm. I love wool. And this cotton one is quite warm, but it's not terribly warm. It's not as warm as this one. But I have another one on the hook. I want to show you this. This is the yarn that I made my beautiful U. I made my beautiful U top out of it. I think I showed it last week. I had it on last week, actually. Okay, I've got some hair sticking up here from all these cowls. Anyway, this is what I had left over out of one of the donuts that I bought from Hobby Lobby. This is Hobby Lobby. Another donut left of it. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to use that. So I grabbed my size 6 needles and my circular little cord here. And this is what I have right now. I've got one going here. And this is what it looks like. There it is. See it? Isn't that pretty? I love the color. I love the color. I wish I bought another donut, though. This will only take less than a donut, I'm sure. I should have bought another color. I was in Hobby Lobby, and I had my hand on one, and I thought, well, I've already got a teal color, and so I'm kind of tired of looking at it because I just finished my beautiful U last week, and I looked and looked and looked at it for so long, so many hours, and then I started this, and I'm just not loving it, but it's okay. I'm going to finish it, but it's a beautiful teal color, and I think it's called Irish Rain. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it, Irish Rain. And I'm just knitting this on both sides, just like I did this cowl, and I'll be putting that edging on it as well. So I have plenty of yarn for that. This is huge. This is about 4 ounces of yarn, and I figured this would be about 4 because this one weighs 4 ounces. So that is a little more than a regular skein is usually 3.5 ounces. 100 grams is 3.5 ounces. So most skeins are 100 grams. Let's see what this one is. This is heavy. This is the Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. Here it is. I found it. It is 355 yards, 7 ounces. So this is like 2 skeins of yarn right here. That's why they last so long. I just never thought about looking on there to see how many ounces it is. It's 199 grams, so it's basically 200 grams, which is 2 skeins of what you usually find. Handmade yarn or hand-dyed yarn is usually 100 grams. A lot of yarns come in 100-gram skeins. Most of them do. And so Hobby Lobby, that white is basically 2 skeins of yarn. And this is a little more than 1 skein. It's 4 ounces, not 3.5. So it's, you know, there's quite a bit of yarn on it. So I'm working on this, and I'll be finished with this who knows when. I don't know. Once I start my other scarf, I might have to put it in timeout. I can't promise that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm just going to wear this for the rest of my video. Now, also on the hook, I have a big old sweater. I have a sweater on the hook. It's crocheted, and this is on the hook. And I'm making it from I Love This Yarn. And y'all have seen this one time. I showed it about 2 weeks ago, maybe last week. I don't know. This is, you know, an acrylic yarn from Hobby Lobby. It suggests a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. This calls for an eye hook. And that's what I started making this sweater with. And I'll show you here in just a second. I think I showed a little bit of it last time I showed you this particular project that I have going. This is I Love This Yarn, and it's called Swede Dijon, SWEED-DIJON, 2 words. Anyway, that's what this is. Beautiful color. I really like it. I'm almost tired of looking at it, though, you know, because I've been working on this sweater, and I've had to rip out a lot and crochet a lot, rip out a lot. So I'll show this to you. This was in my thumbnail, if you see it. This is a top-down sweater with a large rib at the top. This is crocheted now. It's not knitted or knit, however you pronounce it. And you'll see random stitch markers in here. It's very much a work in progress. But this is what I have so far. And then I have already crocheted to the bottom. And I have to, of course, have to put sleeves in it, but I haven't done that yet. But I'm making the same rib that I'm making at the top here. It's the same type, and I think it's another stitch or two larger than this rib. So this is one where you chain out and you single crochet back in the back loop, slip stitch on and crochet in the back loop, so all the way back and forth, and then it goes on forever. It seems like it takes a lot longer than just a regular rib that I put on a lot of my sweaters. It's just a row of back post, front post, back post, front post. And then the second row, you stack those and you do the same stitches on top of the stitches that you did on the row before. And so that makes a little ribs in it. A lot faster than this, but this is a pretty rib. This looks more like a knitted rib, and it's very, very tactile. It's very beautiful. I like it. It took me a while to get this done, so I've got that part done. I'm having to manage all this. And then I'm down here at the bottom, and I haven't gotten very far, but I'll go all the way around the bottom with it, and then I'll connect it right here with the other end. I'll just sew them together, or I'll probably just single crochet these together, and I'll have a rib all the way around the bottom. Now I have dropped back on my hook size, so this was an I hook, and I changed to a J hook, and then this is back on an I hook down here. This is an I hook. This is a J for the body, and I think I did this with an I hook just because I didn't know any better, but it was good because then I changed to a J for the body, and it made it a little bit less stiff. It's a little more drapey. See, it's got a little bit of a drape in it. You can tell by if you flip a fabric around, you can see if it has drape in it, and that's important when you're making a garment. You want it to have some drape in it most of the time. Now the sleeves, let me get her over here where you can see her. The sleeves are very large. The opening is very large. And I kind of did that on purpose, but I made sure that I had plenty of room in the sweater. And when you stop crocheting right here at the bottom of your arm, you don't want to keep going and make it too big, make it way down here. So you just chain across from one increase rows. You see that right there? Those are increase rows. That's the increase point, I guess you could call it. And then it's also on the back. And so you chain over for one to meet the other. And this is still really large. So I will be decreasing all from about here to over here. Let me turn her. Wait a minute. There we go. I will decrease her from this increase row. I'll start decreasing here. And I'll decrease all along there till I get to this other increase row right here. You can see that row. Well, it's a vertical row. It's really not a row. It's the end of a row, and we use that to increase the size so you're making the sweater bigger as you go. And so that's where I am going to work on this sleeve. And my sleeve circumference is about 15 inches right there, right as where it will hit. It's about 15. So when I get this to 15 inches, then I'll just continue on straight for a little while, and then I'll decrease some more to the elbow. So I'll be doing all of that, and I am writing the pattern as I go on this one. So I'll have it out fairly soon as I finish this sweater, hopefully to this week, but I don't know. It takes a long time to create something. I mean, if I was just making it, I could make it a lot faster, but I had to rip out a lot of it because I didn't like the hook size, and y'all talked about that. Some of your comments, so thank you for those, because you're right, it needed to be ripped out. It needed to be redone. And so I did, and it made the sweater much more drapey because the hook size matters. It really does matter when you're making a garment. Not so much if you're making a scarf or a cowl, but when you're making a garment, you want to make sure it has some drape, some give to it, unless you're just one of those that likes a real tight sweater, and then it doesn't matter. You can make it with a small hook, and it won't matter. But this is heavy yarn. This is a full size 4 yarn. It is not a DK or anything like that. Some of these yarns, like this one says it's a DK, and that is almost a fingering yarn. It's very, very small, very small. And I'm finding the knitting is going very, very slowly because I have to use a size 6 needle. I'm more into the 8, 9, and 10 size needle. I really love those because you can move along with those. But anyway, I'm working on that. I'm working on this, and I'm working on my little blanket. So I've got 3 whips on the hook and on the needles, and the finished object was this. So I just wanted to show you that. Here it is. It's off my neck, so I can show it to you. It's very, very cute. Here it is right here. And you can see the beans in there. And there's my garment tag. See, it says on the hook crochet. On the hook crochet. Isn't that cute? I just love that. And when somebody sees it, they always ask to look at it, and they can see it was made by somebody that knows how to crochet. It's not just something they bought in the store. So really love that. Always buy your garment tags, and you can buy some that are very affordable, and they you don't have the personalization, but they have stuff like a handmade or handmade by Jane, or you can do them that way too. And some of those are less expensive than putting your logo on there. But I felt like I really needed to do that since I have a YouTube channel. And somebody's dinging me, so I'm going to go and we're going to start doing our giveaways. Now, before we do our giveaways, I forgot to do this. This is a shop update. I have things in the shop. I have lots of things in the shop. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I have mugs and books and patterns. And I also have project bags. I have a lot of project bags that are beautiful. They're floral. There's one right there. You can see that. I have a granny square. I have these. These are really pretty too. And I have mugs to match all of those. And I just wanted to show you these. Y'all had asked for zippered project totes. And a lot of you have bought project totes from me, project bags. And you just mentioned that you'd like to have some zippered project bags. Well, I used to sell zippered project bags, and they had my logo on them that was embroidered. And I love those. They were very fancy, very nice. And so we ordered some. We found some more. These are Port Authority, which is a really good company to buy from. They sent out to have our logo put on these. And these are the same bags we had before. They're zippered bags. As you can see, they're zippered bags. They have a pocket on each side like that. They have a pocket over on each side. And they have my logo embroidered on there, if you can see that. Let me get it right there where you can see it. On the hook crochet. It's been cleaned up. There's no border on it. It's just on the bag. And I just really love these. This is really pretty. I have this color, which is pearl ivory. And we also have this color, which is turquoise blue. And there's the logo right there. Turquoise blue. And we have gray heather, my favorite. This is gray heather. And this is what it looks like up close. On the hook crochet, it's done in embroidery. It's all it's not hand done, but it is put on a machine, and they have to monitor it and all that. It really did a nice job. I'm impressed with the company we use for that. But anyway, these are Port Authority bags, and very, very nice. Pocket on each side. Love those. And they're available now in the shop. They're in the Etsy shop, and they're also on my website. You can find them there. I only ordered 6 of each because that's all I could get right away. And so I went ahead and ordered the colors that they had that I thought y'all might like. And if these are gone fairly soon, I'll probably make another order. And I'll want some input from y'all if you would like black or red or a color like that, or if you really like these colors, because these are very, very beautiful colors. I really like them. But I wanted to let you know these are in the shop now. And if you want to have one, you'll probably need to order it right away, because 6 of each color is going to go pretty quickly. So I just want to let you know they're in my shop. For today's giveaways, I want to talk about very quickly what we're giving away, and then we're going to go to the computer and see who wins these. This is the Strawberry Jam from I Love This Yarn, Hobby Lobby. Love, love, love it. It's a beautiful yarn. This is perfect for a hat or a pair of mittens or something small, a scarf, Sadie scarf or something like that. You might try that. And a beanie cowl you could probably get out of this. That's pretty cute. That might be cute as a beanie cowl. Or you can alternate rows with black. You can put black stripes on it, anything you want. So that is strawberry jam. We'll be giving that away, and the keyword was strawberry for that. We're giving away a skein of I Love This Yarn, and this I believe is, yes, this is the big guy. This is 200 grams and 355 yards of this is antique white, and this didn't go with the colors that I needed, so I'm just going to give this away instead of just letting it sit in my stash. I probably could have used it, but I'm just going to give it away. This is something I'm just looking for things to give away to kind of clean things up around here. So that's a really nice skein of yarn, and the key word was white. And then Knit Nation, which is, nation is the key word, and a lot of y'all recognize this designer. She's I've seen her on the web too. She's got a great website and lots of great knit patterns, but I don't knit patterns yet. I'm not there. So anyway, she's got the pattern for this vest in here, and there's some other patterns as well. There are several, 8 patterns in here for different things like amigurumi and a scarf, I think, in here, and this vest. Really nice magazine. It's not a magazine, I'm sorry, it's a newspaper, and it's 22 pages of wonderful fun things to read. There are no ads in here, there's no politics, there's nothing like that. This is just a great newspaper to receive in the mail. It's so much fun. I get this every month, and I give it away to one of my viewers, so you are welcome to sign up for it. That the keyword there was nation. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 3 gifts this week. Here we are at the computer, and I've already typed in the word strawberry there. I have the link to last week's video already typed in there. So let's go and see how many people were interested in the strawberry jam yarn from Hobby Lobby. Okay, quite a few. So let's go up here and look. That's a size 4 yarn. Very beautiful. I really like it. I made a vest out of it. It's really cute. So that is Sandra Swinson. Sandra Swinson, you have won the strawberry jam yarn from Hobby Lobby. And congratulations to you, Sandra. All right, let's go up here and type in another word. And this one's going to be white. And that is for the color of the yarn that I'm giving away. It's the antique white. And let's see if we had somebody that wanted that. Yes, we did. So let's go down here and see who wins the white I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby, and see who wins that, and that would be Lucretia Ackley. Lucretia Ackley, you have won the white skein of Hobby Lobby yarn. I'll get that out to you, and congratulations to you. And let's look and see who wins the Knit Nation the Knit Nation newspaper. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. And we have some knitters, not too many. About half the people that watch, looks like, are interested in the knitting newspaper. So let's see who wins the Knit Nation newspaper. And that would be Janice Brown, 9171. Janice Brown, you have won, and then you put Knit Nation right there. I found a knitter. Okay. I have quite a few knitters on my channel. So congratulations to all of our winners today. Congratulations to the winners. Please send your information to this email address, your name, your address, right, winner in the subject line, and tell me in the body of the email what you won. What did you win? Was it the strawberry yarn? Was it the white yarn? Was it something else? So be sure to put that in there so that I will know that what I'm seeing is what you're expecting. So, all right. So I found a treasure trove of Crochet World magazines that I received in the mail. My address is on here, actually. I received these in the mail, and I put them immediately into a notebook with the holders in it. So it's a huge book full of Crochet World magazines that I probably won't look at for a long time. These have never been opened. These are just basically pristine. So I'm giving these away. There are 3 magazines, and 3 people will receive one of these next week. So let me show you the first one. This is from August of 2020. I love this Afghan. I'm going to cover up my address there, but I love this Afghan. It is gorgeous. I don't know how they made it. I didn't look at the pattern, but the pattern is in here along with a lot of other beautiful items, and I'm going to just gently show you these. These are what's in here. Look at this. All these items, the patterns are actually in the magazine. So this is like getting 50 patterns. It's awesome. It's awesome. And this is going to be free to somebody next week. So this is the August 2020 Crochet World beautiful, beautiful magazine. And this will go to someone next week. The keyword there is August. Now, be sure you sign up for the one you want. You can sign up for all of them. If you don't want one for the winter, just don't sign up for it. But the keyword for this is August. August. All right, so this is another one. This is for October of 2020. And I was going through my book in order, so obviously this is right after the one for August. This is Harvest Home Crochet World for August of 2020. And there's a doily on there, but it's not all doilies in here. There's a lot of really nice patterns. I love this magazine. I just don't have time to look at them and make the patterns and all that, so I'm going to give these away. All of these patterns are in here. Look at this beautiful granny square. Well, it's a special granny square right there, and it's looks like a table runner or some kind of a table set. Beautiful. There's a purse in here. Look at that. Really beautiful patterns. And this will go to a lucky winner next week. And the keyword there is October, because that's the October edition. And then the December issue for 2020, it looks like this. Also never been opened. I put it right into a booklet, and I've never opened this magazine. So let's look and see what's in here. These are all basically winter patterns, but there they are. All kinds of beautiful winter things. Look at that. I just love that. And there's some filet crochet right there. See that? That's filet crochet, I believe. There's just so many beautiful things in here. And this one is December. So we have August, October, and December. You can sign up for all of them, or one of them, two of them, however many you want. We will give those away next week to a lucky winner. 3 lucky winners. Well, I'm wrapping this up, and I just want to let you know that Jaded Gem Shop, who is sponsoring my beautiful diamond painting, has given me a offer code that you just write on the hook with when you go to purchase your items from her store, if you're interested, and you'll get 20% off your purchase. So it's awesome. That is an awesome offer code. Jade, thank you so very much. Jaded Gem Shop, and I'll put a link to her shop down in the description box. And she has kits, and she has canvases, she has drills. If you already have a canvas, she's got all that in her shop. So take a look, see if you see anything that you like, and use my offer code. Let her know that you came from On the Hook Crochet. So there we have it this week. It's been a wonderful, wonderful video. I've loved to be here with you. Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please like it, please share it, and join up to be a member. You can subscribe to my channel for free, and I have a lot of new subscribers, but some of my viewers are not subscribers, and it doesn't hurt a thing. It's free, and you just get a notification when I send out a new video, and mostly they're on Fridays. I try to publish every Friday so that everybody can kind of expect that when it comes out. So thank you so much for watching, and so join me next Friday to find out what's on the hook.